Power and Persuasion, Light Yagami's Guide to Manipulation. What if the secret to ultimate power wasn't about brute strength or charisma, but about subtle control? Light Yagami, the brilliant yet morally ambiguous protagonist of Death Note, epitomizes this idea, using manipulation as his most potent weapon. Light's intelligence and ability to strategize put him in control of his world, guiding everyone around him without them even realizing it. This video will take you through Light's masterful use of psychological persuasion, showing how he effectively influences and manipulates others to achieve his goals. 1. The power of perception, crafting the perfect persona. Imagine being able to manipulate how others perceive you, gaining their trust without them even realizing it. Light Yagami understood the profound influence that perception has over our interactions. By carefully crafting a persona of a model student, a morally righteous individual, and a logical thinker, Light positioned himself as someone who could never be doubted. The brilliance of Light's manipulation lies in his ability to project an image that aligned with others' expectations, making him appear infallible. This carefully constructed persona worked like armor, protecting him from suspicion and allowing him to act with greater freedom. Perception is not about deceiving others, but about creating an image that others will trust and admire. This is especially crucial in a world where people are constantly assessing one another's abilities and character. Light didn't just rely on his intelligence, he used his outward demeanor to shape how others thought of him. He understood that appearance matters more than reality. If you can project the image of competence and control, others will believe you are capable, even in situations where you are less certain. To build your own persona, start by identifying the traits that you want others to associate with you. Whether it's confidence, intelligence, or integrity, you can develop these traits by practicing them in everyday interactions. Present yourself consistently, keeping your emotions in check and your actions deliberate. When you control how others see you, you control how they respond to you. Just like Light, your appearance and behavior will become a powerful tool for gaining influence. 2. Emotional leverage, turning empathy into a weapon. One of Light's most subtle yet powerful strategies was his ability to manipulate emotions. He didn't just rely on logic and reason, he tapped into the deepest emotions of those around him, using empathy to get what he wanted. Light was a master at understanding people's feelings and manipulating them to his advantage. He could empathize with others, acting like a comforting friend or a concerned ally, but all the while, he was leading them toward decisions that would help him fulfill his mission. Light's ability to use emotional leverage wasn't about being heartless or insincere, it was about understanding human nature and using that understanding to influence outcomes. Emotions drive actions more often than logic. When Light knew how someone felt, he could tap into those emotions to manipulate their behavior. He understood that fear, love, guilt, and ambition could be powerful motivators, and he used these emotions strategically. Light's ability to play on others' emotions made his actions appear justified, even when they were far from it. If you want to use emotional leverage in your own life, start by practicing empathy. Pay close attention to how people are feeling and respond accordingly. A simple act of kindness or understanding can lower defenses and build trust. From there, you can guide the conversation toward your desired outcome by addressing their emotional needs. Whether you're negotiating a deal or simply trying to convince someone to see things your way, understanding their emotional state will give you the edge you need to persuade them effectively. 3. Information control, the subtle art of knowing more. Light Yagami's brilliance wasn't just in his intelligence, it was in his ability to control the flow of information. In the world of Death Note, information was currency, and Light knew exactly when to share it and when to keep it hidden. This control allowed him to manipulate situations and maintain a position of power. Light understood that knowledge is not power until it is strategically shared. By withholding key pieces of information, he kept others in the dark and used that advantage to manipulate their decisions. He knew that the less others knew, the easier it was to shape their perceptions and actions. In the real world, controlling the flow of information is a powerful tool. By selectively revealing details, you can steer conversations, shape opinions, and influence outcomes without others realizing what you're doing. This doesn't mean lying or withholding information for malicious purposes, but rather being mindful of how much you share and when you share it. Light's technique involved providing just enough information to get people to trust him, while keeping critical pieces of the puzzle to himself. In your life, you can apply this by being strategic with the details you share, especially when negotiating or persuading others. Ask questions to learn more about the other person while keeping your own plans and motives private. By controlling what others know, you create a position of power where you can direct the conversation and influence the outcome without interference. 4. Strategic alliances, making people work for you. True power comes not only from what you can do yourself, but from how you manage the relationships you build. Light Yagami understood this principle well. He didn't rely solely on his own abilities. He carefully cultivated alliances with people who could help him achieve his goals. However, Light always ensured that these alliances worked on his terms. He manipulated those around him to serve his greater purpose, whether by using them for information, support, or even as pawns in his grand strategy. His allies, while helpful, were never in control of the situation. Light was always the one pulling the strings. Building strategic alliances is key to achieving your goals in any area of life. Light's success wasn't just about his intelligence or willpower, it was about how he used the skills and resources of others to further his plans. You can use this strategy in your personal or professional life by aligning yourself with people who possess strengths that complement your own. However, it's important to maintain control in these relationships. Offer help and support where necessary to create a sense of reciprocity, but always make sure you position yourself as the one with the ultimate authority. Building alliances can amplify your power, but it's crucial to always keep your goals in sight and ensure that everyone is working toward them, consciously or unconsciously. 5. The illusion of choice, steering people toward your goals. What if you could get people to do exactly what you want while making them feel like it was their decision? This is exactly what Light Yagami did through the illusion of choice. By presenting 2 or more options, both of which led to his desired outcome, he created the perception of freedom while subtly guiding his allies toward his goals. People are naturally inclined to resist control and manipulation, so by making them feel like they're choosing freely, Light minimized any resistance to his plans. This method gave him immense control over situations without anyone feeling coerced. You can use the illusion of choice in your own life to steer others toward decisions that benefit you. When faced with a choice, present the other person with several options that all lead to the outcome you want. For example, in a negotiation, you could offer 2 proposals, both of which serve your interests, but allow the other person to feel like they have the power to choose. This tactic works because people naturally desire autonomy, and when they feel like they are in control, they are more likely to go along with your suggestions. The key to this technique is subtlety. Never make it obvious that both choices are designed to benefit you. The goal is to guide others while making them feel empowered and in control. So now you know how to persuade like Light Yagami, but you need to learn how to be resilient like Yuichi to really master the power of persuasion. So check out 5 mind control hacks from Yuichi. Build resilience and overcome pain with dark psychology.